I'm Darla Gardner, and I'm the school leader at Arkansas Connections Academy. And we are a full-time virtual school for all students in the state of Arkansas. We serve students in grades K through 12. We opened in 2016 with about 200 students, and we just finished up our fourth school year with about 2,000 students. So we've had lots of growth, and we're very excited about the upcoming school year. So in a virtual setting, we have lots of opportunities for enrichment and interventions, but essentially it all begins with the parent and the student. It's a team effort between the teachers and the families. And interventions are incredibly important in our virtual world just because we're not seeing the student each day. So all of our staff speaks with the families at the beginning of the school year or upon enrollment. We're an open enrollment school, so we have families enroll all throughout the year. Last year, we enrolled over 500 students during the school year. So that initial conversation is very important, and looking at their scores that they're entering with, and then really taking a deep dive into their benchmark assessment. In our virtual environment, there are many ways that we collect data to determine if a student needs an intervention or needs enrichment. Let's start with enrichment. And oftentimes, if a student is really successful in their courses, they're finishing all their lessons ahead of time. The teachers are having conversations with those students and those parents, and they need another challenge, then we certainly have those resources available, and teachers make that decision in conjunction with the parent, and they monitor that student's progress throughout the enrichment. And that could change. It may be a short-term enrichment, and it may continue throughout the remainder of the school year. With students enrolling all throughout the school year, the most important thing is that initial conversation with our families. And then it's critical that we get as much data as we can during that first week of school. We have a student log that we're very fortunate to have. So teachers can document all of their conversations with the student during live lesson rooms. They're looking at student progress on their individual lessons. We have a lot of tools within our learning management system that really calculates a student's progress towards mastery of objectives based on items that they're completing within the system. So we look at student assessments, we look at anecdotal logs from teachers, and maybe just conversations they're having with students. And then we're looking at their responses during live lessons. And so once there's something that is amiss, and we see that a student really needs additional support in an area, there's that initial conversation with a parent, and then we start the intervention process. And that looks very different for all of our students. So live lessons, our teachers, we have many different live lessons scheduled throughout the week for students. And some of them are whole group live lessons for math or language arts or science or social studies. And then we also have what we call in and out time. And that is where all staff, let's pretend it's a high school student that's going to attend in and out time. In and out time is for an hour and a half on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And all high school staff will be in that in and out time. And so students can pop in, and the staff member, if they need to speak with a teacher, or a teacher sees a student in a live lesson room that they need to speak with, they will grab them and take them to a breakout room and assist them with whatever they need during that time. In addition to that, there are scheduled times where, let's pretend our algebra teacher is going to have an algebra lesson every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Well, if there's a student that has been scheduled to be in an intervention during that time, that's okay, because that algebra teacher is going to record those live lessons. I think one of the biggest challenges that we have faced is student engagement. A lot of times, teachers will recognize that a student isn't being successful in their class, but they're unable to get them on the phone. They're unable to determine, okay, is this an academic issue or is this a behavior concern because of their lack of engagement? And that's certainly something that we want to address, because we do not want any students falling through the cracks at all. And so we had to create a very robust procedure in order to make sure that we're reaching out to those students. And essentially, we have some steps that the teacher should follow to try to get into contact with that family. After those steps, and it's turned over to administration, we have a great Google document where they place it. Reminders or each of the administrators have notifications set on that Google document. So as a student is added, each of the administrators in charge of a certain grade level, and then they have a step of procedures that they have to follow as well to make sure that we are reaching out to the student. And we've had many students that we can't get on the phone, and we've mailed letters and we can't contact them. And we've gone by their home and they're not available. Sometimes we've had to do a well child check to figure out where is the student, what has happened. And that was critically important, certainly during the spring, just making sure that everybody is safe and engaged. But that has been a challenge. A lot of times families enroll with us and they're in a virtual school, and it's so important for us to keep on top and engage with them, not only for their safety, but for their academic success. And when we don't see them every day, we have to make sure that we've got the steps in place to ensure that they're going to be successful.